Most men spend their entire lives reacting. They react to the news. They react to their boss. They react to the chaos of the world. They are leaves in a storm. But you are the storm itself, or at least you should be. Modern life is designed to keep you in a state of constant emotional trigger. They want your anger, your fear, and your validation. Because a man who reacts is a man who can be controlled. If you are 45, 50, or 55, and you still let a stranger's comment or a market dip ruin your dinner, you haven't mastered your life. You've only mastered the art of being a victim. Real power isn't the ability to shout. It's the capacity to remain silent when everyone expects you to explode. Before we dive in, if you find value in these reflections, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. It helps the algorithm share these timeless truths with those who need them most. Now let us begin. Rule number 1 of the unshakable architecture: build a wall between the event and your response. Something goes wrong. Good. That is the test. Do not ask, why me? That is for children. Ask, what now? That is for architects. You don't need fancy terms or ancient philosophies to understand this. If you cannot control your own mind, you cannot control your business, your family, or your destiny. The world will try to break your silence. Let it try. Your silence is your fortress. At your age, you don't have the luxury of wasting energy. Your emotional capital is limited. Every time you get angry at a headline or argue with a fool, you are writing a check from a bank account that is running dry. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Most of the things you worry about are ghosts. They have no power unless you give them your attention. An unshakable man doesn't just manage his time. He manages his concern. If it doesn't build your legacy or protect your family, it is noise. Mute it. Now look at your circle. If you are still surrounded by people who gossip, complain, and settle for mediocrity, you are not a leader. You are a prisoner. Kindness without boundaries is just slow-motion suicide. You think you're being a good man by helping everyone, but you're actually just being a doormat. Real maturity is the ability to walk away from anyone who costs you your peace. No explanations, no arguments, just distance. You don't owe your potential to people who refuse to grow. Cut the dead wood before it rots the whole tree. It's better to walk alone in the right direction than to run with a crowd toward a cliff. There comes a point where you must stop trying to prove yourself to the world. If you are still seeking applause, you are still a performer. A master doesn't need to be seen. He needs to be felt. The need to explain is a confession of weakness. When you are truly unshakable, your presence is the argument. You don't raise your voice to be heard. You lower it to be listened to. Kill the ego that wants to be right and feed the character that wants to be effective. Real power is silent. It doesn't bark. It exists. Your legacy isn't the numbers in your bank account. Those are just digits on a screen. Your real legacy is the standard you set when everything was falling apart. It's the calm you maintained when the house was on fire. The people around you, your family, your partners, your rivals, they are watching, not your words, but your spine. Are you a foundation they can build on, or are you a crack in the wall? An unshakable man is a lighthouse. He doesn't move toward the ships. He stays where he is and shines. Be the constant in a world of variables. Don't wait for a new year or a better season to change. Change is a decision, not a date. From this moment on, your reaction is your choice. Your silence is your strength. Your circle is your filter. The architecture is set. Now start building. Master your mind. Conquer your life. Subscribe to Stoic Channel and join our community. Until next time.